So I'm smoking this hunk of briar here. It's a Kaywoodie handmade. Thank you, Doug Owen. A huge bulldog, without that big a chamber, really. I mean, not that big, but it feels like a really big pipe. Let's see if I can figure this out. So I'm smoking a really big Kaywoodie handmade. It's just like a monster. But the bowl, I mean the smoking chamber isn't that large, but the pipe itself is just like kind of humongous. Thank you, Doug Owen. I don't know, that just kind of, when you decide you're going to have a pipe smoke, what pipe do you choose? Well, this one just struck me like this is the one. So I'm smoking some Balkan Supreme, Peter Stockby, thanks to Dave Gerber from Illinois. Thank you, Dave. I went down to the post office and there was a package. It was like, whoa, really? Did I order anything? I don't remember that. But sometimes you don't. And it was a hunk of bag of Balkan Supreme, some Sobrani, and I'm sorry, I'm spacing on the third item there. And a nice card. It was really nice. So, thanks, Dave. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's nice. So I'm home from work, but I'm going to have to go back to the office. We've been in a mandatory training, which is good. It's kind of like team building, too. But deals with all kinds of issues. I work for a small Indian tribe. So I am not native myself. I am a Hokwat. Or, as the Sklalams would say, a Posted, which was their way of saying a Boston, which is where folks in the 1850s came from, Maine and Boston. They just generalized it to Boston. And their way of saying Boston was Posted. So I am a minority worker. It's actually been a grand privilege to work for a little Indian tribe, doing technical stuff. But those communities have some damage from the church, from you name it. So yeah, it's a problem. So how do you deal with that? So this is kind of what that training is about. And it occurs to me that not only is it the tribal community, but the larger community. So talking about how everybody has skills, talents, abilities, but these days you're really on your own for figuring out what those are, number one. Number two, how to put them to good use, those skills, talents, and abilities, for the greater community good. So in the olden days, before contact, everybody had a place in the village. I mean, everybody had a role to play, work to do, for the betterment of all. And if you didn't, if you were a problematic person, chances are you would be excised. So what that did is it gave everybody a place, a valuable and useful place in the community. Some people could cut firewood, some people could fish, some people could gather, some people could weave, some people could do political things, some people could, you name it. There was a place for everybody, and everybody had a place. And in our Western culture, that is not the case. So the way the tax system is structured, labor is a cost. And so it's to be management's greatest goal is to reduce costs. And so that puts employing people, especially employing people at a reasonable wage, as a secondary concern to profit. So, and that's just capitalism. So it's too bad the tax code somehow couldn't be changed to treat labor as capital, as something valuable, and not something that's just a cost. And we've gotten so used to that idea that labor is just a cost to be minimized. So anyway, when you weren't dealing with money, but with other elements, such as not being hungry, such as being warm, such as being able to drink clean water, and so forth, labor had a little different meaning. You needed some labor to make things work. So in our modern system of everybody living in individual isolation, basically, I mean, there are family units, but there isn't that sense of living as part of a village, as part of a tribe. So the whole Western system is not geared towards people finding a place within it. That, combined with religion being kind of going away, it's just not a good combination. So I don't have any solutions other than, could we do something with the tax code to change the way business looks at labor? I don't know. I don't have any grand solutions. But it's a problem. It works for some people, but profit and subtext greed is maybe not enough. So, I don't know. And I'm not proposing Marxism or communism or anything else. I'm just thinking, well, what's it like now? What has it been? And how could we make it better for everybody today? So, I don't know. It's all very thought-provoking, but no easy answers, of course. But, when people come from a broken family and they weren't raised by two loving parents, maybe one parent who's just struggling to keep things together, and I don't know, it's there's cultural trauma. And so it's not a free pass, but it is useful to recognize it. And to just know it's there. And that people sometimes respond in ways that they wouldn't if they had a choice in the matter. So they'd respond differently. So, I don't know. It's been a thought-provoking training, and so I'm just kind of cogitating on it. It's easy to do with a pipe. Dave, this Balkan Supreme is excellent, so thank you. And just that out of the blue package, that was great. That was great. Thank you very much. Such generosity. Somebody's having a bad day. Let's see. What's it? No. Not my station. Okay. Fire pager. And yet we create community sometimes. Like this weekend, I ride with the motorcycle club, and we were down in Portland. Just for a Saturday night meeting. And wow, it's kind of magical, people getting together and just breaking bread and having some great conversation, and it's all around a shared interest in motorcycles. Suddenly it's springtime here in the Northwest, and so I've been doing some riding. It's still pretty raw around the edges temperature-wise. But, a good Gore-Tex jacket, and I have a pair of Gore-Tex pants and a heated bib that I use, and then I have heated grips, and I have those handguard covers, hippo hands, keep the wind off in the rain. So you do what you can, and it works pretty well. I love getting 60 miles per gallon. That's a good thing. I'm gonna have to work on the truck too. It'll start and run, and then it'll and die. And occasionally, I have been able to manually hit the gas pedal and keep it feeding fuel. I think it's either the lift pump, fuel pump, or it may just be a clogged fuel filter. So if I was an efficient guy and it's light out yet, I would change that fuel filter. But I need to look, it's been long enough, I need to look at a YouTube video and see how to do it. But always start with the simple thing, the simple solution. So, if it's the fuel filter, yay, means I probably got some bad fuel in there, and I'll go through a few more filters. But that would be a good way to do it. I'll have to take the fuel filter off on the Dodge anyway to that Cummins, the 5.9 Cummins, to get to the lift pump anyway, if I have to replace the lift pump. So I did watch a video on that. It's on the edge of being a little not beyond, but just you have to go slow for a backyard mechanic, which is kind of what I am. I'm not anything more than that. YouTube University is a good way to learn something, and then you can watch a few videos on it, and somebody will say, "Oh yeah, and you do it this way. Here's a shortcut," and you pick up some tips that way. Maybe tomorrow I'll do that. I'd rather just sit here and think about today's training and smoke my pipe, honestly. But you just have to remember that everybody has abilities, skills, and talents. Sometimes they don't know what to do with them. Sometimes they don't even know what they are. And sometimes they're not what's sort of expected in the world of work. But if you can somehow make good use of those, it could be good for everybody.